Hello, this is the driver messaging training video. Driver messaging is a way that dispatchers and drivers can communicate via the driver's cell phone. The dispatcher can send load details and text messages directly to the driver's phone, and the driver can send load status updates which will update the dispatch board immediately, as well as sending any texts and pictures to the dispatcher. To start driver messaging, you'll see there's a cell phone icon beside the load number. The dispatcher simply clicks on that, and the first time they go to send a message, they're going to get this pop-up saying start communicating now. This screen shows what the drivers can type into their phones in order to get information. For instance, if a driver types hashtag status, he can then update the status of the load, which will update the board immediately. The driver can also put in hashtag info or details to get the load details sent directly to his phone by the system. The dispatcher does not need to send them to him. Or the driver can type in hashtag help, and that will give him all the commands that he can use, like status, info, or details. When the dispatcher goes to send a message the first time, he's going to click on send message, and this screen's going to pop up, the send text window. Now you can see here he has certain templates. There's also a section up here where he selects the driver. Now we're looking at a single driver load, so when I click on that, we only see the one driver's name. Let's take a look at a multiple driver load. Over at this one, I'm going to click on the little cell phone icon, get that same pop-up because we haven't sent any messages yet. I'm going to click on send message, and up here where it says 2, I now have 2 drivers. So I can select which one I want, and the phone number will change to match that driver. If their phone number is changed for whatever reason, you can click on the pencil and edit the phone number from here. Now the different messages that the driver can send is none. None is a free-form text, so he would just simply sit here and start to type in whatever he wanted to send to his driver. Or you could click on help, which is going to send those status and detail prompts so that the driver knows what he needs to send to the driver in order to get information back. Or you can click on load information, and what that'll do is it'll send all the load details to the driver. After he's decided what he needs to send, he just clicks on send. So for instance, let's say that the first thing my dispatcher is going to do is he's just going to send a free-form text to the driver. So he's going to type, hello, are you ready to go now? And we're going to click on send. Once he sends that message, you'll see that it changes now. We now have a log started, so we don't get that pop-up anymore with the guy with the thumbs up. Now we're going to start to get a log of all the messages and actions that occur between the dispatcher and the driver in order that they were sent. So let's take a look now at what this looks like on the driver's side. The driver has received the dispatcher's text message, and it says, hello, are you ready to go now? Remember, that's what the dispatcher sent to him. He'll also have a phone number assigned to that load. Every load gets its own phone number assigned to it within the dialing area of the dispatcher and driver. Now, if the driver needs to get details from the dispatcher, he can send them a message that says hashtag details or hashtag info. Either way, once he sends that to the dispatcher, he'll get an immediate response. You'll see here it's got details with the timestamp showing the message has been sent, and right below it he gets the load details. So this is a very, very good feature of this. Immediately the driver gets the details, he knows what time he has to be there, where he has to go. So this is very, very important. Now the next thing the driver can do with the driver messaging is he can update the status on the load board. So you can see here my driver is sending hashtag status, and that's how he needs to start his message. He has to start it with the hashtag followed by the keyword status. Just like earlier, he had to do hashtag details to get the load details. So he does hashtag status followed by any of the load statuses with the exception of completed. Drivers cannot complete loads. So he's going to send this status loading to the dispatcher, and on his screen he'll see there's the timestamp to show the message was sent, and he'll get a message back immediately from the system saying status loading accepted. So let's take a look at the dispatch board now and see what it looks like. On the dispatch board, the icon that looks like a cell phone will start flashing when a message has been sent. This won't show until the board's been refreshed, either by clicking on the refresh icon or perhaps by creating another load. Once the board's been refreshed, you'll see down here the cell phone is flashing with a little green circle and plus sign on it to show that there's a new message. If we look over across the load to the other side, we can also see that the load status has been updated automatically to loading. If we look in the log itself, we'll see here there is the status loading accepted. Now let's go back to the driver and see what else he can do. The driver can send freeform text to the dispatcher, so we can just type any message and that message will automatically go to the dispatcher and be logged in the message log. So let's take a look at the message log now. We're going to refresh the screen and we can see it's flashing again. We click on the cell phone icon and there's the text sent from the driver to the dispatcher. So everything's recorded in the log. Let's see what else the driver can do. The driver can combine freeform text along with the hashtag status and hashtag details prompts. In this example, the driver is letting his dispatcher know that he's there early and he is now hashtag status unloading. That unloading status will automatically update the dispatch board, and we'll go and have a look at the board in a second to see that. He's also asking for the dispatcher to resend him the details, and because he has hashtag in front of the word details, those load details are going to be sent to him automatically. And here you can see, there's his message with the timestamp on it. It's accepted his status unloading, and it's also sent him the details. So let's take a look at what that looks like in the dispatcher's log. The dispatcher, after refreshing the screen, is going to see that his icon is flashing. And it's not. Let's see what's going on. Let's try refreshing again. Alright, there it's blinking now, so it might have taken a second to come over. So we're going to click on the little icon, and we can see here is his message, the freeform text. Remember, he mixed freeform along with a status update, along with a request for details. And here it shows you that the status unloading has been accepted, and it's also sent him the details. And if we go and look at the board for load 1089, and we go across, we can see that the status is now indeed unloading. Okay, let's go back to the driver and see what else they can do. The last thing a driver can do is he can send photos to the dispatcher. In order for the dispatcher to see these photos or files that are being sent, you will need to have file storage on your ITS account. That's the only way you'll be able to view extra files and photos that are being sent to you. So for the driver to send the photo, all he needs to do is just like he would normally do on a cell phone, he just sends it as an attachment. So perhaps he's taken a picture of the signed POD with his phone, and he's got a little bit of freeform text there saying sending the signed POD. He's attached the photo, and after he sends it, it shows him one file has been uploaded with the timestamp. So let's see what that looks like for the dispatcher. We're going to go up here and refresh the screen. We can see it's flashing again, showing me that a message has been received. I'm going to click on the icon, and here it says one file has been uploaded. So to view this, the dispatcher just clicks on the files link, and again, this will only work for accounts that have file storage add-on. You do need the file storage add-on to look at files sent by your driver. Clicks on files, there's the image, shows you, and any other files that might have been sent would be listed here. And all he has to do is click on download, and now he can look at that file on his screen. That's how simple it is. So that is basically everything there is to know about how to do driver messaging. Thank you very much.